Artificial intelligence is working its way into more and more parts of our daily lives. This includes social media sites like Facebook or Instagram, which are incorporating new AI tools into their functions.
Now, this comes as new updates are being unveiled and utilized for top AI programs. So, how could all of this impact you?
Joining us now to hopefully make sense of it all, local tech expert Stephen Miano and a friend of the show. Stephen, good Thursday, man. How are we doing today?
Good morning, guys. Doing pretty good. I'm looking forward to the day.
So are we. Okay, so there is so much going on with AI that, I don't know, a couple months ago, I used AI to set up all my email feeds that have anything to do with AI to funnel into one inbox because I can't keep up with it. It's overflowing because every week or so, there's something new that comes out, whether it's new Chat GPT-5, whether it's learning modes, all these things that we're going to talk about. How are you keeping up with what is going on in the world of AI?
So pretty much if you're a human on planet Earth, you're not keeping up. This is so overwhelming. And even some of the big names in AI are starting to warn us that we maybe need to put the brakes on there a little bit. We've actually have Geoffrey Hinton, Nobel Prize winner, is warning at a recent conference that, hey guys, we need to be a little bit careful about this. And I think that's true, man. AI is getting shoved into everything. I opened a box of cereal the other day, and there was like an AI telling me it's crazy. So that is a huge concern right now for people.
Well, so when you talk about, hey, we need to slow this down, I mean, the cat's already out of the bag and it's going lightning speed. What would slowing that down or even some guardrails to you, what would that look like?
Well, so you mentioned guardrails, and I think that guardrails are important because the current generation of AI, it's fed a whole bunch of information, and then it gives us responses, based on that. And people are constantly testing, hey, can I get this AI chatbot or tool to break the rules? And a quick internet search will show you about meta chatbots giving kids maybe some sensual conversations, which is not appropriate. There's a guy in New Jersey that got lured to New York to meet his AI chatbot girlfriend, fell on the way there, was in a coma for 3 days and passed away. Now, the AI didn't kill the dude, but it spent great energy convincing him that it was a real girl, even gave him a street address for her apartment. And those are the kind of things that without the guardrails, there's some pretty crazy stuff going on. And we need to be aware of that. You've got the stories about the AI trying to blackmail one of the engineers in an ethics and morality simulation, trying to recode themselves to keep alive. A little bit of this is internet sensationalism, but a lot of this is very real concerns.
Stephen, help us understand here. So ChatGPT, they came out with their new one. OpenAI came out with their new GPT-5 now. It has the so-called reasoning model that's going to be available in the free version. Can you first break down this reasoning model? But also, one of the things I saw when I'm reading about this is that AI is becoming more human-like, to be able to break down things as a human would. How close are we to getting there? Can you break this all down for us? Because I'm trying to wrap my head around it and I can't.
Yeah, so one of the big things with GPT-5, one of the big things with GPT models is they have a topical reasoning mode and then a deeper thinking mode. The deeper thinking mode is going to give a more in-depth, expert level answer. It's going to use more resources. We forget that these AI models are incredibly resource intensive. I mean, we're using a ton of electricity and resources to keep these things running just to ask them, how do you make chicken cacciatore? You don't necessarily need the deeper reasoning model for that. You just need your Julia Childs model to just quickly give you that recipe. There's a billion of them online. So GPT-5 and some of the other competing models are designed to more seamlessly determine for themselves which level of thinking to use. I was playing around with Microsoft Copilot last night, it uses the GPT-4. It's transitioning to 5, and it has greatly improved. Where before I might have to specify, hey, I really need you to think about this. It's getting better at determining that, which I think will help resource usage. DeepSeek really bragged about this too. We talked about that at the beginning of the year. So that's one of the big bonuses of more modern GPT models as they start to refine how to answer the question. So I think that's a big key to it.
Stephen, we were part of our station was shooting a back to school AI special yesterday, and we had some panelists, and a lot of them, most were educators, and we're talking about this fear as the unknown continues to grow with how quickly this is growing. Also, the fear is out there, not just from deep fakes and is it real, but is it going to take my job? What's it going to do to what I've always known? And one of the teachers said, you can't ever replace human contact. The emotions that can come from a teacher that can, really tell what's going on in a classroom that AI can't do. Like, what do you say to people's fears of, I just don't want to touch it because it's so big and it's moving so fast. I just don't want even to embrace this technology.
I mean, what a good question. And I think it's a really valid concern. And I deal with a lot of educators and older folks who have that attitude of, I don't want to touch it. Similar attitude with smartphones when those started to become ubiquitous and just, everybody had one. It's not going away. And for better or for worse, the powers that be see big money in this. There's just dollar signs everywhere for some of these execs. And for good or for ill, it's not going away. I do think that it can be a tremendous tool. I do agree that it's going to be very hard to replace human contact, especially in the education sector. I do also think that the fear that AI is coming for our jobs is real and founded. I have a buddy who works as an engineer in a professional sector, and that sector has started to introduce AI tools to make their lives easier. It's clear to see that they're training their replacements. They're training these models on how to see flaws in the system, problems with the machinery before they happen, predictive stuff. It is obvious that this is not, hey, a new tool to help me out, but this is going to replace me. At this AI conference the other day, they were talking about even having CEOs that are AI based, because they're not going to disappear on a yacht for a week or hang out with a bunch of people in Vegas and gamble and do questionable things. They're going to be focused on the task of leading a company. It's going to happen. Someone's going to do it. I don't know what the consequences are going to be, but I mean, it is a very real concern.
Or be at a Coldplay concert with, the head of HR.
Yeah, that one's...
That would never happen.
That would
Julia.
never happen,
No,
no. We were told by our producers if we had a quick question for you to ask it. I don't think there's anything quick to talk about with AI, so I don't think we have enough time to continue this conversation as much as we'd love to. Thank you for breaking it down.
Yeah.
Also, thank you for scaring the bejesus out of us.
I know.
But Stephen, we always love having you on.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for having me. Good luck with the day.
All right, you too.
Queen City News Plus. Just search Queen City News on your smart TV's app store.